Colleen Murphy, thanks for taking the time. Swimming season is upon us. You've already done your preseason Horsetooth Reservoir swim last weekend. Tell me how it went.
So we took our distance team up there as well as a few sprinters that wanted to go. Our team captain, Anna Ashley, who's a sprinter, kind of got some fellow sprinters to go with her to try it out. But our distance swimmers take it pretty seriously. Katie Kusick, who's a junior, one of our top distance swimmers, she got second in the race out of 60 girls. So that was a pretty good performance. And then we had 6 girls in the top 15. So they came in kind of one after another after Katie. Katie Andrus had a really good showing. She wasn't able to swim last year. She had a concussion. So it was her first open water race ever. I think she was in for a little shock at the beginning because it's kind of full contact swimming, which we don't usually have in the pool. But then she kind of got into a rhythm in the race, which was really good. So she finished second for our team. And then our freshman class, Jessica Smith finished third for our team. She's a freshman. She's been a nice surprise for our team. She was a walk-on, got into the academy on her own, but she has just worked really hard. Lauren Arnold finished right after her. And then we had Natalie Gimbicki, Naomi Furman, and Kat Puchinski, who kind of came in right after them. And so that was a lot of fun as well. Natalie will probably swim anything from the 100 free all the way up to the distance events. So seeing her in that race was good. Naomi's actually going to be one of our top breaststrokers, but she can also swim the 500 free and had done open water before. And then Kat Puchinski, she actually is a 400 IMer first and a 200 flyer, but she can also swim the distance freestyle events. So having those 4 freshmen, get a chance to compete like that early in the season was good for them.
For sure. And we're 2 weeks away now from the official start. You'll have a blue silver next week. But tell me, you've seen them now through the summer, the wonderful experience some of them had. What are you seeing from them? What do you want to see from them in the next few weeks?
We really took them out of their routine in August. So the returners were kind of, what is going on? We had to go off base to swim. We didn't do the dry land like we usually do, kind of preparing for our PFT and AFT. We were busing it down to Pikes Peak Athletics, and we're really grateful that they let us swim at their pool. But it kind of threw them into this, what is going on? This isn't usual. Swimmers like routine. Endurance athletes like their routines. And so we are finally getting into a routine. Our pool opened back up Labor Day weekend, so that was very nice. We got our AFT and PFT done, which are just, things that we have to add into the season a little bit. And so now we're kind of getting into the swing of things. And everything was kind of aerobically based, kind of getting back into shape, getting together in the season. Now we're starting to get into that, okay, now we're going to race and practice. Now we're going to do some anaerobic stuff. Now we're going to, get up on the blocks and, be able to dive some, fast 50s, fast 100s. So that's going to be really good for them over the next couple of weeks as we head into our first meet of the season.
Yeah. You got some good swimmers returning, a lot of freshmen. Do you expect, you've seen them now in the pool, thankfully in your own pool here for at least a week, I think, but are you seeing good things for the Air Force Falcons?
Yesterday, Scott Cameron, my assistant, and I were at practice, and we really saw some people kind of starting to get back into their element. So that was really good. Our upperclassmen, our senior class, is leading very well. I think our juniors and sophomores need to kind of come together and realize that, you have to put the work in and then the fun part starts up. And in 2 weeks, that's when the fun starts, when you get to race and kind of see where you are. The freshmen, everything's new, so they're just enjoying it. They like being at the pool, and they like to train. They have really stepped up and really joined in with the team. I think there's been some bonding that's gone on with the freshman class that's been really good for our team. But our upper classes have to, set the tone, and that's what we're looking for them to do over the next couple weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. Final question, kind of an inter-squad scrimmage next week. What are you looking for? Are you trying to set a lineup? Are you just trying to maybe just see who likes the competition? What are you looking for?
That's interesting. You said who likes the competition. The inter-squad really, we separate them into 2 teams, so we get to see them kind of compete in a smaller team atmosphere, blue and silver. But, you see people practice and they're really good in practice, but now you got to see what they do when they're in a meet situation. And the inter-squad takes out a little bit of that stress about competing against another team and more competing against your teammates. And you can see how they step up, how they race. And then that helps me with lineups down the road when we're racing other teams.
Absolutely. Colleen Murphy, thank you. Good luck in the inter squad. I think the Falcons will win, and then we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Thank you.
Kyle Van Valkenburg, thanks. Welcome back to the Air Force Academy as the new diving coach here. Talk to me about your thought process. Why did you want to come back and be the diving coach?
Well, I've always wanted to come back to USAFA. I loved it when I was here. I think it did great things for me. It set me up in my life and my careers. I wholeheartedly believe in the mission and what we're trying to do here, and I think athletics is a key component of that. So I'm really excited to kind of give back and then, do something in the sport that I love. So.
Does it help you, having been a former diver, former successful diver, as a coach? You would think it would, but it doesn't seem to always translate that way if you look across.
Interesting. I think yes and no. I think I can, I have experiences that I know and I can share with the cadets and things that have worked well for me when I was here and that didn't work well. So I can kind of figure that out. But I think also maybe my expectations are very high, and sometimes I want to push too hard when I need to take a step back. So
I couldn't talk to you without asking you about Stan Curnow. You're replacing a guy who was a legend, diving coaches. Have you thought about that at all? Is that a weight on your shoulders, or are you just like, okay, this is something new?
It's, I wouldn't say it's a weight. It's really an honor. It's really an honor to take over for him. Obviously, he did 31 years, and he was an amazing coach, an amazing person, and he is dearly missed here. I think he's happy in his retirement, but yeah, I'm just really excited and honored to take over for him.
What's your philosophy as a diving coach? Like what? I'm not an expert in diving. I never say I would be, but what is the key thing to you? The key, maybe couple things that you need to partake with your divers?
Sure. One of the things that I am working on, stepping in here as a new coach, is a lot of physical abilities and conditioning. I'm a firm believer that the things that we do out of the water, in our dryland room, in our weightlifting room, have a huge impact on what we're doing in the pool. If we're getting everything done right and correctly when we're conditioning, we're going to have major improvements in the pool. And then at the end of the day, diving is really a mental sport. So kind of honing in on that mental process for each athlete, making them mentally stronger, learning how they, train, compete. It's really important for me. So.
Yeah, for sure. Let's talk about your teams real quick. How do you assess them? Let's go ladies first and then the men. You can go right into it if you want.
Okay, great. So we have a group of ladies this year that I'm really excited about. We have returning senior Kinsey Etzelmiller returning to us. She's our team captain. She is a hard worker, positive attitude, and I expect really good things from her this season. And then we have a group of freshmen coming in, two ladies, Katie McPherson and Jamie Yao, who I'm very excited about. Very strong divers, and I think they have a really good future ahead of them in these next 4 years. So.
And on the men's side, you have Alex Kenyon coming back, and everybody knows about him, but maybe tell us a little more.
Absolutely. Alex is a standout diver and just a standout cadet athlete overall. In the last few years, he's won conference. He's qualified through the zone meet, placed very high. We do have high expectations of him moving forward. We're looking to qualify to NCAA finals with him, and it's absolutely within his reach with just a few minor things. He's just super talented and such a hard worker. So.
We're kind of talking a little bit ahead of the scene, but the season will begin here. What final question, what have you told your divers? What do you expect from them this season?
I've told them up front that I'm going to push them harder than they've been pushed before. I think physically and mentally, and a little bit with their time as well. I am being conscientious and respectful of their time and all the things that they do need to get done here at the Air Force Academy. But I think they know and they've seen that we've hit the ground running. So we're going to be ready and we're going to be in shape for season.
Fantastic. Coach Van Valkenburg, thanks for the time. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.